So let's look at an onboarding process. This is a typical process. You make an offer, they come to your company, they start in day one, you give an orientation, and then you have an onboarding life cycle that could be anywhere from 30, 60, 90 days up to maybe 6 months or sometimes longer. What we encourage, and you have one in front of you, and Sarah is the author of this, we encourage every company to do a process flow of your onboarding process. Look at all the different functions that are involved in that onboarding process. You have HR, you have the hiring manager, you have legal, you have all the different organizations, internal organizations and external. So this is a real live example of a company where we did an onboarding process, and they use this to train people. It's a much better visual tool to use a flow chart than it is to use a checklist. Now the second thing that happens is, okay, I got a flow chart, how do I really map this out? So also in front of you, you have a chart that looks like this. And it's a project plan. And it says every step on that flow chart, like step 3 says send employee documentation, it lists all the documentation. So if you're not using software that we'll talk about in a second that does all this for you, you need to build a project plan to support your onboarding process so things don't get lost. There's a lot of moving parts. Unless you put them in a chart with accountability, it's not going to happen very well. And you can see there's a whole lot of steps that have to be done over a 90-day period.